My God. Okay, I need to review this. Okay, how do I start? Okay, so obviously you know The Walking Dead. I made this video because it's a Walking Dead season 5 premiere. I'm gonna say this really. I'm gonna try to do a quick video, maybe 5 6 minutes. So I started watching the show around last summer 2013, around June July, and I think the first season was good. Second season is sensational. I didn't like the third season that much at all. I thought it was boring. Fourth season was good, and like I've been waiting 6 months for this new season, and it's gonna be heavy on spoilers. Like when it ended, I couldn't. My heart was hurting. So like, okay, so when it started, it showed then, and I was like, is this gonna be how the whole episode's gonna be structured? But it actually showed then when the people in Terminus were in the crate. And then it showed now when the gang was actually in the crate then. And then it showed Rick, Glenn, Daryl, and this. Because I avoided all the trailers, and even when I saw the pictures, I was pissed. And when they were about to get cut, because actually they're cannibals. There was actually a rumor during season 4 that they were cannibals, but they actually are now. They kill people. I'm not sure if they eat, but they probably do. And I thought Glenn was gonna die because he was almost got hit on the bat. So when it started, it was okay to me. Like it was still good, but okay. So and then we see Tyrese and Carol. They go to this house and they try to capture this guy. But it turns out that Tyrese, when he's, I found a scene. There's a scene that's interesting to me, which was good. Tyrese couldn't kill the man because he was still recuperating from the his girlfriend or wife that was like returned to who died at the old prison. And so, are you going to be a cattle or a person or killer? I forgot how the guy said it. I found that scene really interesting. And then when Carol, okay, so like before, and they have a new season opener. They have like a new title cards. It's really cool. It's cool, but it's not great, but it's good. And it started when there was like this explosion at Terminus, and then it ended, and then we see Carol going with the zombie makeup. Carol is amazing right now. She is so badass. Like she used that missile to like make the Terminus go on fire. She essentially killed that woman who died at the room when the zombies killed her, and she is a badass. She like, she knows the rules. She knows how to live, and she's a badass motherfucker. Sorry if I'm saying any language, but yeah, Carol was absolutely amazing in this episode, and I thought Glenn was gonna die, and I was kind of worried that like the episode was pretty good, and then once Rick killed those people in the room, that was when I was like, hell, fucking yeah. And then they were trying to like get away, and then there was a lot of action. I was like, oh my god, this is getting so good. And then it goes back to Tyrese, and he actually kills him because I found this crazy. Like the man was actually trying to kill the baby. Like not he wasn't gonna kill her at all. I don't think so. But he was like grabbing her, and that shocked me. And it was a really violent episode too. There's a lot of killing because I haven't seen a show this violent in a long time. And but yeah, like and then as Rick and people and Glenn and Daryl were fighting again and killing zombies, it felt so awesome. And then eventually, I was wondering when Carol wasn't terminated, I was like, when is she gonna go find them? And then that was when like the episode was getting good then. And then eventually Rick went to the original crate, and they got all the gang back. Glenn, Carlo escaped, Michonne, the other guys who wanted to go to Washington D.C., Maggie, and then this other girl, and the whole gang went outside and they were killing zombies. When that happened, I was having like my heart was pumping. I was like heavy breathing. I was like jumping up and down. I was having like a fangasm. Like it was so exciting. It was so amazing. Like when that was happening, I was like, this is what I like about Walking Dead. There's action. There's interesting ways of telling the story. Like Carol was actually the reason why the explosion happened, and I found that really interesting. And when the action happened, I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing. And then they escaped, and I was like, okay, but Rick wants to actually go back, but you can't do that because that's stupid, and the whole gang agrees. So in a way, I felt that it was kind of, essential that he couldn't go that way. So eventually, they couldn't go back to Terminus. And then when Carol was walking, I was like, no fucking way. So I was like, it was kind of like when Daryl went, saw Rick, like in season 4 of the finale. And when she saw them, and then Daryl was crying, and then he hugged her, and then they were all happy that Carol was back. And, that was wonderful because I heard like the episode was going to be like sometimes a little emotional. I was like, no, it can't be. And then when it happened, I was like, holy shit. And then eventually, they walked, and the whole gang is back. And then, when Rick went back to see Julie, like his daughter, and so I thought it was gonna end, and then it actually showed him putting the spray paint on the No Sanctuary. So then it ends, and I thought that was it. And then it reveals that in the ending, the guy that Rick used to be with, the African American guy, he's back. And I actually found out a long time ago by accident, but it was amazing. I loved it. It started a little slow, but eventually it picked up. It had drama, it had good writing. It's really well directed, and the action was amazing. So I'll give it like an A minus. So hope you guys enjoy the review. See you guys later.